It's time to predict the Carabao Cup Third round for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then Championship. Championship review week 6. Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video, folks. Apologies to the video. Unfortunately, it's been a frustrating couple of days with broadband. Couldn't fix it on time, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it will get back to normal on the 6th of October. Not next Monday, the Monday after, before the World Grand Prix starts in October, where Mike De Decker defends his title in Leicester, beating Luke Humphries in a final. Right, let's talk about so much matches to look forward to. Before we get into the YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn the notification on. But first up, League One takes on League One. Barnsley takes on the Premier League. League One takes on the Premier League as Barnsley welcome Fabian Hürzeler's Brighton to Oakwell. While it gets tougher for upsets to occur as we progress deeper into the tournament, and Barnsley will surely fancy their chances of pulling out something special against Brighton. And it's a tough journey up north for the Seagulls in midweek, and Barnsley are expected to come out on the traps flying in a bit of a shock in the Premier League earlier on. But while it's tough to see Barnsley being able to contain Brighton and restrict the visitors, but the opportunities and the Tykes are good enough to create chances, some big chances on their own. With that in mind, we could see for a handicap over. We could see for a healthy number of goals here, and backing over 2.5 of them appears a potential swerve. I'm going for Barnsley 1, Brighton 3. I think Brighton will have too much. Right, second matchup. Burnley will face Cardiff. Burnley may need to be patient across 90 minutes. And as they bid to break down Cardiff City of League One, Burnley have been known for more their defensively resilience under Scott Parker, but they're the ones expecting to play on the front foot again against Cardiff City, who was likely in deeper, and invited Burnley to try and break them down, with a few of hitting them on the counter-attack. But the Clarets will need to be aware of that. And the balance of an attacking play style not being caught out at the other end of the pitch. All signs pointed to this game being a low-scoring one, but Burnley's last 2 games have been seeing just 1 goal, while Cardiff have already boasted 6 clean sheets in all competitions so far this season. So deployed it defensively set up here, not letting Burnley play through them easily. Therefore, backing under 2.5 goals to be scored as to be favoured. But Burnley to win 2-0. Right, Fulham versus Kane. Fulham are another Premier League team who see this competition as a huge opportunity, with League Two side Cambridge United standing between them and the 4th round. If ever there was a club that you could see the League Cup as the opportunity to break a trophy hoodoo like Newcastle last season, it would be Fulham. They are an excellent side under Marco Silva, and prove rock solid Premier League outfit, who are extremely unlikely to face any relegation trouble. But Silva and his side should be all of this competition, particularly when taking into their accounts opponents in round 3. No way should Cambridge United be underestimated them, but they have nothing to lose. They can certainly frustrate the Cottagers in the attempt to force penalties or even better, but Fulham are at a far superior level, both individual as a team with home advantage to boot. They have no excuses not to comfortably win this game by at least 2 clear goals, but I think Fulham will win 3-0. Right. Lincoln will face Lincoln 1 High Flyers, Lincoln City host Chelsea in the glamour of a Michael Slaby side. Lincoln don't have anything to lose heading into this one, and will do everything he can give, like Chelsea, a run for their money, but especially having already seen League Two club Grimsby Town knocking out Man United in the previous round, but getting the better of a deep Chelsea squad, but packed to the rafters with depth will not be easy. But Enzo Maresca should make multiple changes, and Chelsea starts in Excel. Still would have been sacked with the talent, but the teamwork would prove issue, but specifically lack of chemistry and cohesion. But it would be no surprise, therefore, if Lint found net and backing both teams alongside a Chelsea win warrants some seriously consideration. I'm going Lincoln 1, Chelsea 4. Better be closing that door because the freight train's just passing through Crowsford Station. A further encounter is expected to this all League One time between Wycombe and Wigan Athletic, with the latter now with a new man in charge. Michael Duff got off to a perfect start as the head coach of Wycombe, defeating Northampton Town 2-0 at the Adams Park, and now his side make a long journey up north midweek, but with a huge opportunity ahead of them. Same can be said for the fellow League One side, Wigan Athletic, although the mood within their camp will likely to be very different to that of the visitors. But after their 4-1 polling at the hands of his local rivals, Bolton Wanderers, this past weekend, Atlantic's boss Ryan Lowe and his players are now under pressure to deliver in the 4th round berth. And the 4th round berth, of course, but I'm still going for Wycombe to win 2-1. And I was saying that. Wycombe to win 2-1. Right. Wolves versus Everton. One of the standout ties of the 3rd round. Struggling Wolves may be rock bottom in the Premier League, but remain League Cup ahead of David Moyes and Everton's visit to Molineux in round 3. Wolves are the only team remaining in the Premier League yet to pick up a single point after 5 rounds of fixtures, piling the pressure onto Victor Piore on his side. And Piore's one saving grace, it has been the League Cup, with his team on the brink of elimination before a late comeback saw them defeat to West Ham in round 2. And they now take on Everton, a club who Priori has been linked with many times in years past. But the Toffees have shown significant improvement this season under David Moyes, who broke West Ham's long trophy drought, and no doubt has eyes on doing the same. As Blue Half Merseyside expected a strong Everton team, with Jack Grealish as involved, isn't it, with the visitors, but siding towards Everton, I'm going for Everton to beat Wolves 2-1. Right, Liverpool will face Southampton. Expected several changes to Liverpool side, who have started this Saturday's Merseyside derby as they turn their attention to Southampton and the League Cup. While as Liverpool are yet to really show their best as a team this season, but Arne Slot's men are finding ways to win regardless of a boasted a 100% record in all competitions since the start of the Premier League campaign. After coming off the bench this past weekend, Alexander Isak could be in line for the second start in a red shirt, which would immediately spell doom for Championship side Southampton when considering the Swedes' ability in front of goal. Slot will no doubt make changes and big players and rest, but that won't affect his will to win. And there are plenty of players who wanted to give them something to think about moving forward, but the focus really should be on Isak, but he'll be hunting his first Premier League goal, and should he start, even back them to score alongside Liverpool victory. I'm going for Liverpool, my team Liverpool, all the way 4-0. And then Wrexham will face Reading. Wrexham have overcome Championship opposition twice to reach the third round and now welcome to a League One club in Reading, North Wales. Wrexham are a team to watch this competition, especially considering League Cup pedigree of their manager, but back then when Bradford City were a League Two side, Phil Parkinson giving them all the way to the final in 2012-2013 campaign has masterminded plenty of memorable cup upsets down the years, but the English football, whether it will be a League Cup or FA Cup, will love to guide Wrexham to the final this year. So far, the Red Dragons has beaten beat both Hull City and Preston, and with Reading up next. Clearly, the club would love fairy tale story that comes to a deep run, whilst there are question marks regardless Wrexham defensively, but their attacking powerhouse should be them overwhelmed League One Royals and advance through to the fourth round. I'm going Wrexham 2-0. Wrong game. Over Wrexham 2-0. Right. Let's see. Right, Huddersfield takes on. Huddersfield will now aim to continue their giant killing run in the EFL Cup on Wednesday when they host Manchester City in the third round. The hosts defeated Leicester City and Sunderland to progress to this stage, while the visitors will compete in the competition for the first time in this term. Man City coming on the back of a 1-1 draw with Arsenal yesterday, and Huddersfield may be hopeful of a record in a third giant killing in the EFL Cup this term, but the Citizens are undoubtedly the stronger team heading into this clash. Should comfortably win, but I'm going 5-1 to Man City. And then Newcastle will face Bradford City, starting their quest to retain their long-awaited major trophy. Newcastle United host Bradford City in the third round of the EFL Cup. That's in James's Park on Wednesday night. The Magpies have made a stuttering start to 2025-26, whereas the Brantons are going strength to strength following last term's dramatic promotion. Newcastle just coming on the back of a 0-0 draw away at Bournemouth. And Bradford coming on the back of a 3-1 win over Cardiff in League One. Based on their recent history in the cup competitions, Bradford are certainly have the potential to cause a second choice Newcastle side problems on Wednesday. However, if the Magpies suffered a shock setback in the contest, they should have enough firepower to recover and secure a spot in the fourth round of the EFL Cup. I'm going 2-0 to Newcastle. And then Spurs will take on Doncaster Rovers. Premier League meets League One in Wednesday's EFL Cup Third round showdown as Tottenham Hotspur welcome Doncaster Rovers to their North London home, but the Lily Whites bypassed first 2 rounds to their European participation, while their third tier visitors have already taken down Middlesbrough and Accrington Stanley away from home. Spurs, the new manager of Thomas Frank, owing to lack of academy production knowing for their first team door, Thomas Frank will have no choice but to send out a largely experienced Excel, but one that should get the job done with a minimum of fuss. But Doncaster have won their first 2 EFL games of the season with an accurate score of 6-0, but McCann's men are now looking more vulnerable defensively, but will surely bow out in North London. And I'm going for 3-1 to Spurs. Right, Port Vale versus Arsenal. One of their favourite hunts down the years, Arsenal begin another quest of the EFL start on Wednesday evening as they hit the road to face Port Vale in the third round. While the Gunners did not have to exert themselves for the first 2 stages, their hosts already taken down Blackpool and Birmingham City away from home to earn a date with Mikel Arteta's side. Arteta's men. As much as Arsenal can struggle to create in the Premier League, but Arteta's men will surely pick the Fulham Port Vale look with Leeds on Wednesday, given their house defensively woes throughout the campaign, but visitors will be expected to start several players yearning more prone roles in Arteta's setup, and intent to impress should carry the Gunners to a comfortable win. I'm going for Arsenal to win 4-0. That's my predictions then for the Carabao Cup third round. Let's talk about Championship Week 6. Right, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Graham Potter might be sacked for West Ham, surely. So, what was he? 8th and Aspinall. Hard work. Right, let's talk about the Championship talking points. Middlesbrough continue their best ever start, but will still Southampton falling flat. But Rob Edwards feeling the love on Teesside after leading Middlesbrough to the best start. But it's been a stuff of dreams for Rob Edwards as Middlesbrough 5 wins and a draw, 6 games, Borough's best ever start in 149 years. And then that win over West Brom. That win over West Brom was incredible. I was predicting a 1-1, but Middlesbrough came out as a better team. But they are top of the table at the moment. But still falling. Southampton still falling flat at the early stages at Southampton. That 3-1 loss, the shock 3-1 loss defeat to Hull City. Yeah, just one in all season. None of their last 5 since beating Wrexham on the opening day. But even that required a last minute turn around to sneak a 2-1 lead. But reality check for Chris Wilder as Charlton spoils Sheffield United return. Remember, Ruben Sell's been sacked, but Charlton did themselves justice. But relief for Sheffield Wednesday as they finally get off the mark, finally got the win, and it came at the 6th time of asking. But finally, Sheffield Wednesday have won their first league game of the season, and deservedly so, beating Portsmouth away at Fratton Park 2-0. Barry Banham, wow, good player. Swansea paid a controversial disallowed goal with their loss to Birmingham, and improving QPR recovering brilliantly from early moaling, beating Stoke City 1-0 since their 7-1 howling of Coventry. And an off day for Bristol City, but too early to tell if it's anything more, but lost to Oxford United and they got their... Are Preston a playoff dark horses? Possibly, of course. Yep. Beaten Derby by 0-0. Good win there. And Blackburn on course for a third win of the season, but before abandonment. But Blackburn have started the season with 2 narrow draws from 2, but the Varieties Samuel side as their last minute say. But in Ipswich and Ewood Park, we're on course for a third and fourth with 10 minutes to play, and there was abandonment line and EFL regulations. We know Wrexham have beaten Norwich 3-2. Leicester and Coventry 0-0, of course. Both of them draws. Right, let's talk about Dart. Let's talk about the European tour so far. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Luke Littler. Oh, Luke Littler. Oh, Phil Taylor. Melissa Thompson, what? Okay. Melissa Thompson. We saw Niko Springer. Niko Springer beat Danny Noppert 8-7 to win his first ever European Tour title. Beaten big names along the way: Jan van Veen, Damon Heta, Rob Cross, Luke Humphreys, Josh Rock, of course. Along the way, what a performance. But Niko Springer, surprisingly, puts himself in the World Grand Prix, of course, inside the World Grand Prix, courtesy of that win. Courtesy of that European Tour win. Right. Courtesy of that European Tour win. Courtesy of that European Tour win. But that opens doors for Niko Springer of we already qualified for the Grand Prix, making his debut there. European Championships. He will be in the He will be in the World Championships. He'll likely to break into the world's top 64. This is life changing for Niko Springer of Germany. We talked the hype about Josh Rock and Luke Littler, of course. Good to see Michael Vanker. Right, that's my predictions then that's my videos then for my championship talking points, Carabao Cup third round and European Tour talking points. Leave on your comments below and we'll see you in the next one. Good night everyone, bye.